Toastmasters. I am the Sergeant of Arms for today's meeting, Shardul, and I would like to invite you all for today's session. The idea or the main motive behind this club is to provide a safe learning environment so that you can grow and think and challenge your ideas. This is a safe space for you to venture forth and give forth your ideas so that every one of us can help you be the entrepreneur you want to be. With that, I would like to invite the presiding officer, but before I do so, I forgot to mention that please keep your mobiles on silent mode, or at least turn them off. Then non-speakers are speakers are requested to refrain from making references to politics, sex, or religion in a derogatory manner, and the audience is requested to refrain from crosstalk. Well, we already know the etiquettes, but just a refresher. I hand over to the presiding officer, Frederica. It's all you.
Thanks, Mr. SAA. Good morning, good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and if there are any guests in the house. Welcome again as your presiding officer to our 7th meeting of Universal Entrepreneur Toastmasters. I am sure we have a packed program and everybody's going to enjoy it. We are a new club, and if you are a guest on our Zoom call here, we invite you to do come again and show your interest in the chat or contact us. Well, it is my pleasure now to welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Mr. Abhijeet Joshi, passionate Toastmaster, Club Growth Director. He wants to share the Toastmasters pie with everyone he can grab. Welcome, Toastmaster Abhijeet.
Thank you so much, Frederica. Our theme today is principles of making wise decisions. How do you make wise decisions? I want to share a story with you. In 2016, I was very passionate about this one company, Fitbit. My passion stemmed from my another passion, the passion for health, healthy living. And Fitbit was making really good trackers. I really enjoyed them, the way they counted my steps, sleep. It was pretty life-changing. But my passion and then my business, these two are two different things. At that time, Fitbit was trading for over $15. At one time, it was at $45. But because of my passion, I decided to invest in Fitbit, though I knew Fitbit was not doing very well because I got a job with them and I decided not to join them because I didn't think they were stable. But still I invested in them. And then I learned my lesson. I cannot mix my emotions with business. So please make your wise decisions. Today we have Dennis Dawson to share the principles of wise decision making. We have 3 amazing speakers today. Let's get the party started. Let me introduce our role bearers for today. Our first role bearer is none other than Domain. Domain, can you introduce the timer's role, please?
Certainly. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. I will be your timer today, Toastmasters guests. The purpose of the timer is, of course, to time each and every segment of our meeting today. Now, I will be indicating how we are doing with time using my timing cards for our table topic speeches, which are expected to be 2 minutes. At 1 minute, you will be seeing the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, you will be seeing the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, you'll be seeing the red card, after which you have 30 seconds to wrap up. I will keep the red card up regardless if you pass that 30-second marker. For our speeches, today we have 2 prepared speeches along with a pitch. Bear with me, Toastmasters. We have a 5 to 7 minute speech. At 5 minutes, you will see green. At 6, you will be seeing yellow. And at 7, you'll be seeing red, after which the speaker has 30 seconds to wrap up. We also both speeches are 5 to 7 minutes, or pitch is a 5-minute speech. I will be giving the green at 3, the yellow at 4, the red at 5, after which our speaker has 30 seconds to wrap up. I will be returning during the evaluation segment to provide my report. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Domain. Domain is coming to us from the Caribbean islands. Thank you, Domain. Thank you for joining us. Our grammarian for today is none other than Dawson. Dawson, where are you coming from, and can you explain your role, please?
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be a grammarian. I am calling from Nigeria, Port Harcourt, Nigeria. As your grammarian today, I will be doing 2 things. The first is to introduce both the word of the day and the idiom of the day. The word of the day is prudence. Prudence. What does the word prudence mean? The ability to govern and discipline oneself by the use of reason. An example of the use of that word is Toastmasters are expected to show and
We'll give him 30 seconds. I will come back to Tosin when he comes back. Our first speaker for today is going to be Dennis Dawson. His evaluator is Raghu. Raghu, can you share the purpose of Dennis's speech, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, you're going to watch an emerging speaker as part of our prepared speeches, DTM Dennis Dawson. He is going to attempt his level 3, project 2 from Engaging Humor Pathway, and project is using visual aids. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice selecting and using a variety of visual aids during a speech. Let's invite the speaker on the stage, DTM Dennis Dawson, PAC SLC.
Thank you so much, Raghu. Before I come to Dennis, Tosin, do you have idiom for the day also?
yes, I do. The idiom of the day, the word is enough for the wise. And that simply means for someone who is wise, you don't need to say too much. A simple explanation, a simple piece of advice should be enough. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Tosin. So word of the day is Tosin. Word of the day is prudent. Thank you. Let me introduce our first speaker, Dennis Dawson, PAC SLAC. PAC SLAC. Dennis Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Now, I would guess at one time or another, many of us have had this experience. We're sitting in a
Dennis,
meeting.
I'm going to stop you. Your screen is not in this presentation mode.
Or rather, you're sharing the presenter's view.
I am. Well, let's try that again. Bless it to heck. Pardon my French. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Shoot it the heckity darn. I would guess one time or another we've had this experience. We're in a meeting and someone makes an unexpected proposal. It seems like a good idea and it's well received by the group, but something about it just doesn't sound right. You can't quite put your finger on it. And before you have a chance to say anything, the decision is made and you've moved on. Later on, you might experience what the French call l'esprit de l'escalier, the inspiration on the stairs. In America, we say, I should have said, ... Alan Olson, in his article, Pack Slack, The 7 Principles of Wise Decision Making, taught me a helpful mnemonic device that I use anytime something sounds fishy to me, but I'm not sure why. PACSLAC is an acronym for practical, accurate, consistent, solution or service, legal, alternatives, and consequences. So let's take an example and run it through the PACSLAC formula. Now, here in the US, a senator might be convinced that we must once again take a leadership role on the global stage by providing vaccines to everyone on the planet who wants one by the end of this year. Now, first of all, I have to ask myself, is that a practical idea? Do we have the time, money, and resources to put that plan into action? Well, the answer is yes. If we were to approach this crisis the way we would mobilize for a world war, we could devote the necessary manufacturing and distribution resources to achieve this goal. Is the information accurate, though? Do we have an accurate count of the people affected? What will it cost? What equipment do they lack, and what coaching will be required? We certainly have plenty of information to get started and can fill in the details as we continue. The facts are available, provided we're not being willfully ignorant. Is this policy consistent? Well, no. We generally don't provide this kind of assistance to other countries. But that is largely dictated by political alliances and financial considerations. Is this going to be a one-time effort, or are we going to set a precedent that will dictate foreign policy for the foreseeable future? This is something we have to carefully consider. Is it a solution, or does it provide a service? Well, absolutely yes. In fact, it's a vital service that we could provide to the entire world. Is it legal? Well, since it comes from our legislature, the answer is yes. Does it leave us vulnerable to litigation, though? Not perhaps. If we're willing to dedicate the necessary resources to eradicate this specific disease, what other diseases are we ignoring? And will there be lawsuits filed by people suffering from other ailments? Are there alternatives? Well, yes. We might allow China to further solidify their power on the world stage by leading the effort. We might focus solely on our own American citizens and close our borders to prevent new strains from entering the country. Those alternatives also need serious consideration. Finally, you have to examine the consequences. What happens if we implement this plan, but also what will happen if we don't? If we make it a priority to treat all people with compassion and provide the same protections available in the US, that would not only be prudent, we'd be performing a great humanitarian effort and also reasserting ourselves as a world leader. If we don't do this, we run the risk of COVID-19 variants evolving that are stronger and resistant to the current vaccines, resulting in a continuing cycle where we have to repeatedly develop and distribute vaccines. As expensive as it might be to implement a worldwide inoculation campaign, the savings will likely be measured not only in human lives, but in real financial benefits. Having quickly run this through my mental filter, I'm not going to waste time discussing whether the proposal is practical. Yeah, we have it in our power. That's not the issue. Of greater concern is the introduction of a new precedent, one that isn't consistent with prior policies and is not likely to be a policy we want to apply to all future situations. From there on, I can move on to the question of whether this is a solution to the problem at all, and whether we've fully examined the many alternatives. With PACSLAC, you have a tool at your disposal that you can apply to any of the decisions that you face on a day-to-day basis. If you find that your idea is practical, based on accurate information, it's consistent, provides a solution to a problem or a service, that it's legal, and it's the best of the alternatives you've considered, the consequences of the action are probably more favorable than the consequences of inaction, then you've probably got a good idea and you should put it into practice. And the next time someone proposes an idea that doesn't sound quite right to you, you could just tell them, hey, cut me some pack slack, Jack. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Dennis. As entrepreneurs, we can use this method of pack slack and examine our ideas. Everyone, please take a minute to give feedback to Dennis in private chat. Timer, please give me a minute. Thank you so much, Domain. Our next speaker is Sakshi. Our evaluator is none other than Frederica. Frederica, can you share the purpose of Sakshi's speech?
Sakshi will be speaking to us from Presentation Mastery Part, Level 2, Project 2, Understanding Your Communication Style. The title of her speech is Loneliness, Let Us Discuss. The purpose of her speech and this project is to learn about her different communication styles and identify her primary style. So in her speech, she's expected to share the impact of her style on others, but she can choose any style to deliver. So Toastmaster Shasti, I'm here listening. I hand over to you. Congratulations on your speech.
Thank you so much, Evaluator. Good evening, everyone. I'm your speaker 2 for the day, and the topic I've chosen for my speech is loneliness. Let us discuss. How many of us are aware of Mother Mary Teresa? I think almost all of us. Let me quote some famous words of wisdom that she shared with us. Loneliness and the feeling of not being wanted is the worst kind of poverty. These are the words coming from our own Mother Mary Teresa. So it means loneliness is something definitely worth discussing. Before that, I would like to invite responses from the team. Quickly, 1 or 2 responses. What do you think about loneliness? Please unmute yourself. Yes.
Loneliness hurts.
Loneliness hurts. Definitely. There is no shred of doubt in that. What else?
It's a slow death.
Slow death. Yes. Definitely. Friends, loneliness is arising from a fear that you have deep down. And I want to delve deep into this loneliness today. Most of us have this misunderstanding here. Everything comes from here. That a person who's surrounded by thousands of people or a person who is a part of maybe 100 groups on WhatsApp is never lonely. But trust me, there is no person more lonely than that. It is you who decides you are lonely or not. In the first place, tell me one thing. I have been in Pune for the past 3 years living alone in 1 BHK flats, and I've been relocating all by myself. I'm unmarried. I'm not dating anyone. I don't have any kind of that manly support, or I don't have any kind of friendly support also. It's all me who's doing this. Am I lonely? Do you think I'm lonely? Why not? Because I don't feel I'm lonely, but I've come across so many employees. I'm an HR by profession, and I've come across so many employees who are telling me, Sakshi, loneliness is my problem. They are married. They have CTC above 40 lakh. Okay, they have 2 kids. They have a lot of people reporting into them, but they are lonely. And Sakshi, who's just an analyst with 2 years of experience in her career, is not lonely. I'm not at some exceptional CTC or something. Now let me delve more. Let's go one step deeper. There are 2 projects in life. One is the project of survival, and second is the project of happiness. When can you feel lonely? When it comes to project of survival. You are dependent on someone. You cannot make money for yourself. You cannot pay for yourself. You may not like your spouse. You may not like your parents. You may not like your guardian, your caretaker, your chaperone. No, you may not. But you have to stay with them. Why? Because this is the project of survival. It is a matter of survival. If they will not pay, you won't survive. But trust me, you are lonely. You cannot share your feelings. You cannot live the way you want to. What kind of a life is this? Let me come to the second project, project of happiness, which financially sound people face. They go and date someone, they get married to someone, or I should say they jump into a wedlock literally. There are some really sensible creatures like this on this planet. Why are they associating themselves with someone? Project of happiness. Why do you like a person? He is handsome, she's pretty, he makes me laugh a lot. My dear creatures, 4 years down the line, he may stop laughing himself. What is the proof that he will make you laugh the entire life? I mean, what kind of a foundation you are laying? You are giving your emotions into the hands of the other person, and he's operating you. And 4 years down the line, you are telling, I think 4 also, I'm saying quiet, high. 2 years down the line, you are telling Sakshi, I'm lonely. Then I ask the other person, but you married the love of your life? No, but he's busy, he's working, he's to make money, and I'm doubtful he's dating someone. I said, you might be doubtful, I'm sure. Everyone needs a change, especially from people like you who give your emotions in the hands of other people. Now tell me one thing, emotionally, if you are dependent on the other person, right? Can't that person blackmail you? Won't every single minor change in that person affect you? It will. Even small here and there in the behavior is going to affect you adversely. Now the timer has started showing me the green card. So let me discuss few maybe solutions. What are these solutions to loneliness? First thing, you are never lonely. It is just here. Okay. Physically, there's no one present in the entire Pune who I can, call for help, but I'm not lonely. Trust me. So it's here. Change the mindset here. Believe universe and start practicing law of attraction. Trust me, universe will support you. Angels will come and help you. This is one, maybe a spiritual kind of a suggestion. Second is, take up a hobby. Try doing things like coloring. Maybe you can just draw an apple, which you do for class 1 person, and start coloring it diagonal, then color it straight. Then you can start scratching it, whatever. It's up to you. Start learning a new dish and pamper yourself with that. Go to a spa, relax. Think of a professional skill you are missing, and trust me, once you are doing well in your profession, people will come to you like bees on honeycomb. But you will be like, now I don't need you. And then it is going to hurt the other person the most. I am giving her or him a lot of attention. And how are they reacting? But you will be stoic. You have a peaceful life. You have your hobbies. Your hobbies don't have moods. They are not going to say yes or no. Your hobby is not your girlfriend or boyfriend who is going to ignore your calls. Okay. So that is something which is at your beck and call. So friends, this is all I had to discuss about loneliness. Thank you so much. Back to TMoD.
Thank you so much. There were many valuable lessons in it. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Sakshi. Everyone, please take a minute to give feedback to Sakshi in private chat. Thank you, Domain. We'll now move on to table topics. Our table topics master today is none other than Jerry Weir. Jerry, it's all you.
Good morning, afternoon, where I am. I forgot what the time is in India. Yes, I am going to be the table topics master in this meeting. Let me stay away from afternoon, morning, because it will just confuse me. Yes, the name is Yari. It's not Jari. It's not an English name. And I have a few volunteers here, and just take note that before I get to that, the table topics is that session where we practice impromptu speeches, that is to speak off the cuff. We need to learn to do that because you might just find yourself at a birthday, and since people know that Toastmasters are always ready, they have a tendency of picking on you, and this is the session where we practice to do just that. Now, this is how we are going to do this. The words or the terms that I have are surrounded about the theme of the meeting, which is decision making, and then the club is entrepreneurs. So these words or terms are more business related. I need volunteers. I'm going to give you 3 words, and you can just say anything about those words. I did get some volunteers, and please do forgive me if I am mispronouncing these names because I tried. The first person that volunteered was Marutesh. I hope I got that name correct.
Yeah, correct.
Marutesh, your words are leaders, decisions, presentation skills.
Yeah, thank you, Tabletop Master.
Leaders, decisions, presentation skills. Tell us anything about the 3 words.
Yeah, okay. Toastmaster is a wonderful platform to become a leaders. Here we learn so much of presentation skills. Coming to my story, I was very weak in presentation skills, and I was a little confused in making the decision while interacting with others. And here I am getting a practical experience, like taking decision, taking some opportunities, taking some good roles here. This all helps me to become a good leader. Like this, it is not only a presentation. We can make decision whenever we need, whenever it's a practical platform to make so much of wrong decision, and it can in future help to correct ourselves and become a good leader and a good public speaker. And I hope you all will definitely update day by day and grow in the future. Thank you. Over to Tabletop Master.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The next person that I'm going to pick on is Kumar. See why I'm picking on Kumar? It's because last night we were in the same meeting, if I'm not mistaken. Kumar, your words are strategy, vision, and mission.
Yeah, could you repeat?
Strategies, vision, and mission.
Okay. Yeah, give me 20 seconds to think.
What was that?
He's taking 20 seconds to think.
Oh, okay.
Should I be timing him?
No, you only time him when he starts speaking, Mr. Timer.
I'm going to start now.
Okay.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends. Do you guys think that anything big can be achieved without a strategy, a mission, and a vision? The biggest leaders in the world had a vision in their mind. They used to think and project the long-term scenario and outcome, what they want to achieve in the real life. And then they backwards calculate the steps which they want to take. That is only how you are going to go big in the long run. Take an example of the biggest entrepreneur of all time, Steve Jobs. He had a vision in his mind to change the world, and he has changed it certainly with the technology that he has invented. I am from India, and our great leader who got us independence, Mahatma Gandhi, had a vision for a free India. He had a vision and he helped us to achieve that freedom. So a goal, a vision, a mission, these all are similar things used synonymously, and without that, it's very difficult to achieve anything in the long run. So that's all from my side. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Kumar. The next set of words, which I'm going to give to 𝐷𝐻, another person that also volunteered. Your set of words are values, goals, and diversity. Is that person on the call?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Table
Visiting
Topics.
Toastmaster. Okay, yes.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Values, goals, and
diversity.
Diversity. Values, goals, and diversity. I have a goal. I have a goal to climb the corporate ladder. I'm a software engineer. And I'm a software engineer where the women population is very less in engineering field. So that means mentor a lot more of diverse candidates and bring in a lot more people. So what I'm looking for is have a diverse group of people and improve the engineering field wherein there are a lot more people from different backgrounds that come in and be able to improve the technology, and it's not a male-oriented sector. So my goal is to improve in my goal is to climb the corporate ladder, and by how I do that is by making sure I involve a lot of diverse background, and my value is have more growth and enhance the technology as well as enhance the knowledge and evolve from there. Thank you so much for this question.
Thank you. The next set of words which I'm going to give to our SAA are evaluate, anticipate, implement.
Evaluate, anticipate, and
implement.
Yes. A very, very interesting set of words, Yari. Thank you very much. Everything that we do, our plans, our actions are based on a certain anticipation of the outcome. And only when we anticipate or what we want to do or what we want to implement, do we form a strategy around it. And that strategy drives us. Obviously, the goal is a factor as well. But when we think about something, how we will implement it, we know what steps to take. And that too in smaller fashion or larger, whatever is your capacity for it. But to do so, we have to be prudent. We have to take advice. We have to hear, and only then can we implement something. And after that implementation, we grow wiser, we evaluate on what we have done, so that next time we can improve ourselves. The goal or the hallmark of a person who can improve is that he becomes wiser and implements it better. Because for a wise man, only a word is enough. Back to you,
Wow.
Yari.
Wow, that was awesome, Mr. SAA. Indeed, these were three words that are way out of each other, but you put them well together. Another set of words, which would be the last one for this afternoon, unless Mr. Timer give me more time to continue. I think I ran out of my volunteers. Now I need to volunteer someone. Can I volunteer someone?
Rusa raised hand.
Yes. What was that?
Rusa raised her hand.
Okay, Rusa, you have been volunteered, and before, thank you for volunteering, Rusa. Rusa is actually my VPE. We are from the same club. We are from Namibia, and the name of our club is called the Professionals Club. I thought I would spare you just, but then you have been volunteered. Okay, Rusa, your set of words are purpose, passions, skills.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. I just want to confirm the words. It's purpose, passion, and skills.
Yes.
All right, I will start now. Often we think that our passion is enough. I'm sure growing up, we all had weird passions, or passions that some people consider weird, things we were very interested in and loved to spend a lot of time on. But we realized that in order to fulfill these, fulfilling these passions may not always be feasible, either from a career perspective or from a money-making perspective. And so we needed to think about skills rather than passion. Now, for some people, they are very lucky. Their passion goes very well with their skills, and that gives them a strong sense of purpose. But for others, our passion doesn't really go very well with our skills, which makes it very difficult for us to figure out what our purpose is. Now, how do you figure out your purpose? Well, I think the starting point of figuring out your purpose is to see ways in which you can tweak your passion in order to have something that is feasible, either from a career perspective or from a money-making perspective. Let's say you are very interested in music. Now in Namibia, we have about 2.5 million people. It's very difficult to have a feasible career in music, but perhaps you can tweak your passion a little bit. Why don't you instead go to a college of the arts and become a music teacher? That way you're imparting your skills on other people and also giving them a sense of purpose, but you're still able to make a living from your passion. So I think it's very important, if your passion doesn't match your skills, to tweak your passion a little bit, combine it with your skills, and give yourself a sense of purpose. Thank you. Table Topics Master.
Awesome, awesome, Madam BPM. Awesome, awesome. Wow. Thank you to all the participants. You know, you guys are really Toastmasters of note. I take my hat off. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Ari. Ari, how do you pronounce your last name?
Virere. The first one is Yari. The first one is Yari. The last one is Virere.
Ari, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Those were lovely 3 words. You know, I had to think for each and every word when I was trying to formulate my answers. Now we will move on to the best section of this meeting. Next section is a pitch section. Today, the pitch is going to be given by Ashvin Patel. His pathway is engaging humor, level 3, project 2, using visual aids. Ashvin Patel, on-demand interpreting. On-demand interpreting, Ashvin Patel.
Thank you, Abhijeet. Did you give me co-host privileges so I could share? Okay. Imagine going to the hospital and you don't speak English very well. English is your second language, okay? You go to the hospital, something aches, and you go to the doctor. Doctor, manai duktu che. Doctor's like, what the? We have a break of communication. You no doubt believe that providing excellent care to every individual, regardless of language, culture, or ability, is the right thing to do. Do you agree? This can be difficult as the community you serve grows more culturally complex and multilingual. It is more vital than ever that you have a reliable interpreter that can help you seamlessly take on this challenge. When you're in the hospital, peace of mind is as valuable as receiving the best care available. If you can't understand what your doctor or nurses are saying, and you can't understand you, peace of mind is almost impossible. So this is the most fundamental way that interpreting services affect the patient experience. By communicating with patients in a way that is culturally and linguistically appropriate, you are able to increase patient satisfaction and safety while building trust. Well, guess what? There's a solution. On-demand interpreting. So what we do as a company, we connect patients and healthcare providers with qualified local interpreters with the push of a button when there can't be any mistakes. Did you know, here's the problem statement. Did you know that 30% of the 44 million immigrants in the US speak English, not well or worse? So when a patient gets hurt, an interpreter is required. So we introduce we're going to introduce, guess what? The solution is Meet VEDC, an omni-channel platform that connects healthcare providers directly with interpreting services required for workers' compensation. It's an app you download. The average wait time is 30 seconds, either by video or by phone. And so the price of it, here's the business model. So for a qualified interpreter, it's $155 per appointment. And they're vetted, qualified, and they're available immediately. So if there's something complex, then this would be the right thing for you. Now, a certified interpreter is $200 an appointment. And that has certifications on file, ready to go for maybe surgeries. So here's the early success we have. So in March 2020, we introduced on-demand services. And through the months, we have generated a revenue of $60K per month. So the trends in competition, here's our competition. What we have is a highly technological leverage, laser focused on workers' compensation. So we have a specific area that we're focusing on. Our co-founder, Carlos, and I had dreamed this up a long time ago. And so here's our path ahead. So we will generate $60K per month with a $10 million valuation. And over the months through June 2023, we will have $240,000 of revenue with a $40 million valuation. So what we're asking today is $500K. Yeah, it's not a lot, but we want to get started quickly. We've already incorporated in Florida for a Corp C. And so this money will be convertible note with an 8% interest and a 20% down. So minimum investment is $50K. That's all we're asking. So where is this money going to be used for? Our primary object to Seeking Fund is to invest in sales and marketing, to get it out there. We have a working model. Here's a pie chart. I'll be happy to send it to you. And so here's our exit strategy. Either acquisitions or an IPO or a reverse acquisition. And thank you for taking the time for listening to me. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much, Ashwin. Really enjoyed that. And it's the technology sounds, the idea sounds very helpful for people, especially when I see my parents going to the doctors. Having a good interpreter will make a big difference for them. We'll now move on to the evaluation section of the meeting. Let me call upon our first evaluator for Dennis Dawson, Raghunatha Raju. It's all you, sir.
Can you spotlight me?
Yes, I'll do that.
Don't mind. Sorry about that. You can start now. In the words of Michael Obama, you can't make decisions based upon fear and the possibility of what might happen. Certainly, not just fear. There's so many emotions that we consider while making normal decisions. But today we got to see what exactly we must consider while making a decision in another great speech from the gem collection of DTM Dennis. I will present my evaluation report of this wonderful speech in CRS methodology, commendations, recommendation, and summary with a challenge. Now coming to commendations, I really love the way the PowerPoint slides were made, just precise for us to get the message, the images, text, font, everything was professional, including the color combination. Two, I love your title, the way you have put it in pointers and also shown a real case scenario and how this can be analyzed. For example, a decision by the government, and you analyze it throughout the speech, and in the end, you also summarize it. I also love how you connected to the audience in your summary, especially with the entrepreneurs. Now coming to recommendations. One, I felt your rate of speech in the beginning was little high. I had hard time to catch up, and I felt you rushed a little bit into the body of the speech. If you could have made it more specific, why you pick up this specific example, it would have made more sense to me. And also, the second, I felt that if there was time and also opportunity to give a personal touch to the speech by giving examples from your life, where you applied this tool and got opportunity to make the right decisions. If you could have given more stats where this tool was used and how it has benefited other entrepreneurs or professionals, it would have given more authenticity to this as well. To summarize, DTM Dennis, it's always music to hearing your speeches. I felt you could have given better in today's speech by giving specifics and personal touch. Wishing you all the best, Toastmaster DTM.
Thank you so much, Raghunatha. Let me call upon our next evaluator, Frederica, to evaluate Sakshi's speech. Frederica?
You are never lonely. It is in the mind. Toastmaster Shasti, thanks for giving me the pleasure to evaluate you. So what I'm going to do with this evaluation is tell you what went well, things you might want to improve on, and what you need to challenge yourself with. Thanks for sharing with us your details on loneliness. As entrepreneurs, we know sometimes when things go bad, especially in this COVID season, we will feel lonely, but we understand it is in the mind. So I must say the topic was relevant. I loved your confidence, your eye contact, the engagement of your audience, the structure. I could see a clear opening, body, conclusion. What I expected to get from that speech, and that would give it a little icing on the cake, to share with us how you coached a lonely person using the suggestions that you give us. To challenge yourself I need you to speak a little slower so we could understand. Also, your vocal variety, you could add a little more into it. It was kind of monotone. When you said, am I lonely? You could have gone down a little bit. When you talk about a handsome guy, you could have smiled a little more because you're smiling all through your presentation. Just smile a little more. But all in all, I will say you met your objectives. I loved your structure, your confidence, your eye contact, the engagement of the audience. Your delivery style was good. Add just a little tidbits to it. Pause a little bit. Add a little vocal variety. Use a little more gestures to identify certain things. And you will be okay into your next speech. I wish you all the best. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Frederica. Now we will move on to our pitch evaluation. We have 3 pitch evaluators. Our first evaluator is going to be Mirriam. Mirriam, it's all you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Allow me to keep my video off because my network is weak. Ashvin, thank you very much for a powerful pitch. A great opening there. I like the PowerPoint presentation. It got me hooked to think you just flashed different languages, and I started thinking, what is he going to talk about? Then you spoke about a real problem, because when you are pitching something, especially to investors, you want them to understand what problem or what pain point are you trying to address. You identified a pain point, which I believe is actually a global pain point that is being faced by healthcare professional, the issue of language. So on-demand interpreting is a service that provides interpretation services to healthcare practitioners so that they can serve their clients in a better manner. I liked how you explained the problem and then the solution. That was excellent. I'll be quick, taking cognizance of the fact that I'm sharing 5 minutes with the other evaluators. When you are pitching to investors, they also want to know what's in it for them. I like the fact that you explained how the organization has been doing financially over the past few years, and you showed us the growth that is coming from the business, and you asked for 500,000 K. I'm not sure if I missed something, but an investor would want to know the return on investment. I could have missed that, but I didn't see the return on investment. If I invest my 500K, what am I going to get? What share or percentage share am I going to get? Thank you very much. Otherwise, excellent presentation.
Thank you, Mirriam. Really appreciate that. Let me call upon our next pitch evaluator, Anil Kumar. Anil, it's all you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhijeet. Ashvin, what an excellent speech. It's very hard to full pack everything in 3 minutes. You nailed it down. You did very well on that. The first part, definitely you can talk about 15 minutes or 30 minutes on the whole slide deck, what you have, but 3 minutes, you are on it, you are crisp, clear, and we got your message. You did very good job on that. And another one is the pictures. As a word talk more sentences or number of words, but a picture talks 1,000 words. Your presentation was excellent. All the pictures, the picture itself talk about interpreter on demand. There the message you conveyed in right and apt. And the third one is that you packed everything into it, and you are targeting your investors and what exactly you are looking for, 500K, and where are you going to invest in, and how your business is growing. You did a good job on that as well. So when coming to the constructive feedback on what we can improvise more and can work on is, you did excellent, but in the beginning, I tried to understand what exactly you are going to do. You don't have an agenda slide. I'm not sure whether it's a part of it. Maybe a quick glance of agenda slide that will prepare the mindset of the audiences more appropriate. So where this is going to be end at certain time. And the second one is, you did mention about the problem. This is the problem statement and this is the solution. But what I would do is I will take a user persona, user story, or a user journey. Hey, I have a friend of mine. He went to a hospital and he had this problem. You know what? This is how I got into it. This is how I created this. This is the problem. And I went on to a research market. There is a 70% of people are facing this issue. Oh my God. Then you see what I'm saying? The why you come up with this kind of a problem and why are you trying to address that will give more value. And the team you did mention about 2 people, but you can also add more color to it, the team. Am I going to just invest only on 2, or do you have a 50 people who are currently working on it? And then we are going to take forward into the next level because of your money. So I'm sorry, I'm running time out, but it was an excellent speech and you did a good job. In the 3 minutes, I can't even do it. It's very hard to full pack everything into 3 minutes, but you did an awesome job. But I would recommend keep slides less and convey message more because of the time constraint. Otherwise, it's an awesome speech and you did a great job. Thanks for your presentation. Learned a lot from yours. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Anil. Thank you for that prudent feedback for Ashwin. Let me call upon our third pitch evaluator, Giri Santi. Giri, it's all you, sir.
Toastmaster Ashwin, you couldn't have picked up a better topic than this. I am personally affected by that. My mother was in the hospital last year and she died because of miscommunication. It's a wonderful topic, wonderful product. You started with a very good slide and you gave a nice pause. You got everyone's attention. You started that. You went on with your statistics of 30% of population in 44 million and all the stuff. It was very good. Your confidence was very good. In addition to whatever Mirriam mentioned and Anil mentioned, I'd like to give you a couple of recommendations. You started with, you grabbed everyone's attention with one slide. You gave a pause, you went on. I wish you could have shown a couple of slides of the hospital scenario of the patient rather than showing that lady meet with C. You want an impact there. And then I'm an investor. I want to know what are your expenses right now? What is your revenue of your expenses? That would add a lot of value. I mean, the idea is very good. You showed the competition, you showed the graph, everything is good. But I want to know how much are you spending now? How much are you making? And then as from a user, I am affected. I actually was affected. My mom died. The qualified and certified, right? That's where it stopped me personally. Why would I want 2 types of interpreters? Imagine I'm in the hospital. My mom was in the hospital. I really went through this. There were so many doctors of different languages. And it was a heck of a problem. And now you're telling me I need to take a certified or a qualified, and this is the cost amount of that. So wonderful idea, very well presented. I see the confidence, I see your contact, very good. All the best for you. Wonderful speech again.
Thank you so much, Giri. Let me call upon our grammarian to share the grammarian's report. Dawson?
Hello once again, everyone. Today, the word of the day was prudence, the ability to govern and discipline oneself by the use of reason. The idiom of the day was, a word to the wise is enough, or a word is enough for the wise. Someone who is wise only needs a brief or simple warning or piece of advice. How well did we do in using both the word of the day and the idiom of the day? Well, it seems we showed great prudence in ensuring we didn't use the word of the day, prudence. The only person who actually used that word was Shadow. The only person who also used the idiom of the day. You.
We will come back to Tosin in a few minutes. Yes. Let me call upon Domain to share the timers report. Domain.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. And thank you all our Toastmasters. I must tell you that you did very well today. For the most part, we did stay within time. In terms of our introductions, we all stayed in time. So I'll focus mainly on our speakers. We'll start with the prepared speeches. Toastmaster Dennis doing 5 minutes and 31 seconds within time. Toastmaster Sakshi, 6 minutes, 45 seconds, reminding us not to feel so lonely. For our pitch, Toastmaster Ashvin did 5 minutes and 1 second. Very well done to all of our speakers. Our table topic session was, would you believe it, 12 minutes and 59 seconds, 1 second to spare. Our first speaker, Murakesh, did 1 minute and 5 seconds. Kumar, 1 minute, 20 seconds. Jamal, distinguished Toastmaster Jamal, 1 minute, 44 seconds. Shardul, 1 minute, 22 seconds. And Lusa, 1 minute, 46 seconds. Very well done. Our evaluators, distinguished Toastmaster Raghu, did 2 minutes and 17 seconds, well within time. Toastmaster Frederica, 2 minutes, 10 seconds, very well done. Our pitch evaluators, Toastmaster Mirriam, 1 minute, 54 seconds. Toastmaster Anil, 3 minutes and 1 second. You wanted to get more in there. I know you wanted to share a lot more. Toastmaster Giri, 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Very well done all around. Wonderfully done, Toastmasters. Toastmaster Tosin, we're having some tech issues, so I haven't timed you yet, but please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Domin. I really appreciate that energetic report. Let me call upon Tosin to continue his report. Tosin.
Thank you very much, Domain, and thank you very much, Abhijeet. So thank you very much, Shadow. You were the only one who used both the word of the day and the idiom of the day. In terms of our use of grammar, I thought we showed great prudence as well. I particularly liked from distinguished Toastmaster Dennis, cut me some pack slack, Jack. Great use of rhyme and wordplay. From Sakshi, we had people will come to you like bees on honeycomb. That was wonderful as well. From Mirriam, we had powerful pitch. That was good alliteration. Yeah, these things have a way of making you remember what has been said. And then in terms of a correction, someone said, it is music to hear your voice. If you were referring to the voice, I think what should have been said is the sound of your voice was music to my ears. And if you were referring to the speech, what should have been said is the speech or your speech was music to my ears. Thank you very much. That's my evaluation for today.
Thank you so much, Tosin. I really enjoyed today's meeting. We got to learn how to make wise decisions by using the pack slack method. This is something very important when we go through our life where we have to make decisions every day. Just taking that time to understand if are we making the right decision or are we okay with it? And deliberating over it makes the difference. I hope you can take the time to make the decision. Let me call upon our presiding officer, Frederica, to take over. Frederica, it's all you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Abhijeet. The time has come and gone, and I really want more. And I sure some of us, like Toastmaster Domain, want some more. It was good being here. I sure we learned a lot. I did, and I sure you did. And we are here to now evaluate what we did. So I would like our guests, we'll start with our guests, to tell us how they enjoyed the meeting or whatever recommendations they have for us on our meeting. We have a guest, Nikia. Are you there?
Yeah, hi, Federica.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, please tell. You were saying something.
No, I was just telling you, I thought you just come in. So I was saying, we just wanted you to give us an evaluation of our meeting. If you enjoyed or if you did not enjoy, what recommendations you want to give us?
No, it is a really good session. I enjoyed a lot. Everyone has delivered wonderful speeches. I recently joined Toastmasters 1 week back, and I just want to see how the sessions will go. And also, I joined today as a guest, and it was wonderful session. I really thoroughly enjoyed the whole thing.
Thanks for coming, and do come again. Anybody else on the platform? Give us your feedback, members. If I missed any other guests, you're free to. Floor is open.
Wonderful meeting. Nobody's speaking. This Toastmasters Club, you got to speaking. You can't be staying back. You can't be always welcome. You got to just speaking. You got to speak and speak until somebody asks you to shut up and go. Please stop speaking.
Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for having me do a pitch. You're the only one that I know that gets me up in the morning and shave too. I mean, come on, Saturday morning. You guys are awesome. Thanks, Abhijeet, for giving me the opportunity. It was great meeting you all. It's fantastic from all over the world. I love it. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ashvin. We have.
Thanks, Ashvin. Thanks.
Yeah. Can we ask Rusa? Rusa, who is joining from Namibia.
Thank you, Raju. Great meeting. Thank you very much for having me. It flowed very smoothly, very few hiccups, except for the internet issues, which is outside of our control. But otherwise, I really had a lovely time. I enjoyed the table topics. It was an interesting twist to the table topics as well, the 3 words, quite challenging. And I enjoyed the speeches as well and the pitch. So thank you very much. And I will be joining you again.
Thank you, sir.
Just to add to what my VPM have said, I had fun with the table topics. Like I really enjoyed it. And the participants, wow. You guys were awesome. I see Tosin, I see your comment here. Thank you very much. And I really enjoyed myself. And it's very interesting. You see where we are in Namibia, it's 5:15 p.m. And I think the people in the States are saying it's morning. And what time is it in India?
8:45.
Wow.
In night, 8:45 in the night.
Wow, the beauty of Toastmaster.
It's 11:14 at my side. So guess Rusa, sorry for forgetting you in the midst because you already look like one of us. Thanks for coming. Yes, go ahead.
Madam Presiding Officer, I would love to say something. First off, I enjoyed the meeting. It's actually a lovely speech. You had me smiling a lot. I enjoyed all the speeches or pitch and everything. And I have a confession to make though, Toastmasters. I've been a Toastmaster since 2018, but if you believe it, this has been my first time as timer on Zoom, even though we've been on the platform for quite a while. I've never actually done timer and I enjoyed it. I liked it. It caused me to zone in even more, and I saw the meeting from a different perspective. So thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thanks, Toastmaster Domain. To all the role bearers, you did a good job. Table topic masters, the speakers, I enjoyed that pitch. I really enjoyed that pitch. I learned a lot, and I love the evaluations. Really enjoyed the evaluations where I did learn, and I will grow in that area. So I am really enjoying myself. Anybody else? Let us hear from you. My day has just started, but somebody's 9. Yes, go ahead. Toastmaster Shadul. Let me hear from you, Mr. VP.
Well, I had a fun meeting. I especially Yari, I wanted to congratulate you for that's a very interesting way of putting table topics. So it was a fun session with that, and also the speeches as well as the pitch. I already connected with Ashwin because I was very intrigued with his proposal, and I do have a few points to talk with him regarding that. But overall, I did like the meeting and the way we went forward with it.
And guess what?
Thank you, Madam President.
That is what we wanted for this club to function, where two members from different parts of the world can do business, even just being the members of the club. I think the club's goal is achieved there. Madam President, I thought I saw Venu, he left. Okay, no problem. No problem.
Madam, do you have anything to say? Marichesh is there.
Yeah.
We have not seen you for a while. Say something, Marichesh.
I really enjoyed this meeting. It's really, I'm looking for this type of clubs, and really I appreciate all organizers, and also I enjoyed this meeting. Thank you.
Back to you, Raghu.
How can we forget feedback from our secretary, Madam Mirriam?
It's always
her video is not working. We are missing
it's working. It's just the bandwidth, the network. You know, we always have issues. The network is weak, so that's why I was turning off my video. But it's always a pleasure to attend this meeting every Saturday evening. It's after 5 here, and I enjoy myself for every meeting, and I learn a lot, and I learn things that I actually apply in my personal life. And I'm looking forward to be doing my pitch as well in the coming meetings. So yeah, I love this club.
Thank you. Anybody else?
How does our guest speaker today, Toastmasters Sakshi, feel about the meeting?
Thanks, Raghu. Coming to my feedback, if you really want if you really want me to be very professional, then I would say it was a stupendous meeting. Yes, it was very well structured. Everyone played their roles well. Now let me come back to Sakshi and be my informal self. The meeting was amazing. And for the very first time, I have heard this concept of pitch evaluation. I don't know, in Toastmasters for Pune entrepreneurs, we've never come across this thing. I think, Raghu, you agree with me, right? We don't have pitch evaluations over there. And ever since I've joined Toastmasters in April 2021, I'm a part of Toastmasters in April 2021. Yes, I enrolled for it. Since then, I don't know why in different clubs, everybody asks me to play the role of language evaluator. I mean, there are other things also in Toastmasters. I would like to explore that. So I came in your club, and finally I have decided to complete my pathway now. It's high time. Thank you.
Sakshi, I think Sakshi, I've seen you also last time. Now you're welcome to join also. I've seen you already twice. Last time your words were so fascinated. I was just looking at you like that. You have very good vocabulary, very good speech diction. You're welcome.
I just renewed my membership.
Our grammarian report is one of the finest. You have seen that in last week. I suppose that is the reason why all clubs keep you calling for that role. But yeah, as our friend Giri has spoken, please do join us. I'll stop recording because we are entering into informal session.